will be going to discuss about the experiment of the mechanical comparator, which belongs to the mechanical measurements and metrology itself. So basically the comparator itself is used to determine what are the different dimensions that has been produced in the product itself, and what are the kinds of tolerances that we can able to achieve. And apart from that one, we can also able to determine that what are the kinds of the accepted ways of accepting the product itself, even if it is within the tolerance level, and what are the ways of rejecting the product itself. Suppose if at all you want to manufacture some kind of a product itself, you know that some kind of tolerances will be provided for the dimensions itself, right? The physical dimensions. And for that purpose, for any kind of tolerance level, if at all the product has been manufactured in the batch wise, in that case probably you don't have the time to accurately check for each and every kind of component itself. So basically what we do here is nothing but, for any kind of product that has been manufactured, we'll always go by just by the rough estimation of the product, whether it is there within the tolerance level or not. Okay, so for that purpose we'll use the different types of comparators itself. Basically the comparator is a device which is used to determine what are the different kinds of the physical dimensions or the physical parameters that has been achieved. Let us take the simple concept of the mechanical measurements here. If you can take an example of, or the concept of the mechanical measurement, in that case you can actually divide the measurement system into the three kind of stages. The first stage itself is nothing but the transducer or the sensor stage, and the second stage itself is the modifying or terminating stage itself, and the last stage itself is nothing but the output stage. So in the first stage, whenever the physical dimension or any kind of physical parameter has been measured, in such of the case, probably you might have to measure some kind of unknown physical quantity. So basically the measurement itself is nothing but comparing the unknown physical quantity with the known standard, right? So for that purpose, we'll always use to compare that with the known standard. So in the kind of mechanical comparators or the other kind of comparators also, we'll always use some kind of physical the standards itself and use to compare the unknown quantity here. So let me go back to the concept of the measurement system here. As I said, it is being divided into three stages. The first stage itself is nothing but the sensors or transducing stage, and the second stage itself is nothing but intermediate or modifying stage, and the third stage itself is nothing but terminating stage, or we'll call that itself as the output stage itself. So what will happen in the first stage then? So whenever we have to measure this some kind of the physical quantity, let me take an example. Let me explain that the measurement system with an example of the dial indicator here. So as we know about the dial indicator, we used to determine what are the different types of the surface roughness, or probably you can able to determine what might be the surface irregularities that is being present, right? So let me take an example of that one itself, and I can able to explain how exactly this can be able to compare, or we can able to explain the concept of the mechanical measurements. So first of all, as I said, the first stage itself is nothing but the sensors or transducing stage. So for the sensors or transducing stage, here in the kind of the dial indicator, we can take the measuring probe or the pointer itself as the sensor stage. So basically what will happen here is nothing but any kind of physical contact that has been made with respect to the pointer here or with respect to the probe, so that will actually causes the linear displacement within the pointer itself. With the same manner as it is, if at all such kind of linear displacement has been produced with respect to the pointer, so that will actually senses the signal in such a way that the mechanical action has been done. So we can able to see that if at all the mechanical action has been done with respect to this, and with respect to the several other kinds of the pinion arrangement or other the kinds of the gear arrangement that has been present within the dial indicator here, so that can be taken as second stage. So in the second stage, as I said, it is nothing but the intermediate or modifying stage. So possibly whenever it has been come in contact with any kind of physical parameter, or say for example irregular surface, the pointer has been moving upon the irregular surface, then there will be a regular intervals of movement of, or the linear displacement of the inspection probe. So in such case, with respect to the arrangement of the pinion or the gear arrangement that is being present within the dial indicator, so that itself can be taken as the second stage, which is nothing but intermediate and modifying stage. So in this case, possibly whenever you have to determine, or whenever you have to go for the linear displacement of any kind of the pointer here, so that will be actually converted to the angular displacement using such of the pinion arrangement or the gear arrangement. So for that purpose, the final output here is nothing but the pointer upon the graduation markings that you can able to see upon the different readings with respect to the dial indicator. So whenever I have to make the contact with respect to the inspection probe, in that case it will actually move with respect to the linear displacement, and that linear displacement is actually causing angular displacement with respect to the output. So this is one of such example, and even this kind of dial indicator can also be taken as the example of mechanical comparator. So whenever I speak about the comparator can exist in many ways. Like we have the mechanical comparator, we have the optical comparator, we have the electrical comparator, like such sort of thing. Let us come back to the concept of manufacturing the part here, what I was speaking about. So in that case, as I said, if the part has to be manufactured with respect to the multiple number of batches, in that case, you don't have time to measure each and every kind of a product with very accurate manner itself. In that case, what we'll do, we'll just check for the tolerance, the kind of tolerance level that has been kept for any kind of a product, and we'll always check whether such kind of product is being acceptable range or it is been in the rejectable range. So the same kind of concept has been used even in the case of the mechanical comparator here. So in the case of mechanical comparator, we used to compare the dimensions of given mass produced product itself with the design tolerance. Design tolerance in the sense will give some kind of the physical dimension tolerance here, and that will be compared with respect to the standard. So what we do in the mechanical comparator here is nothing but first we take a standard, and here in the case of the standard, we can speak about the standard of slip gauges. So let me take an example of one component which is exactly of 15 mm, 15 mm. So in that case, if the component is of 15 mm, I will take the standard slip gauge of the 15 mm block. So what I will do here is nothing but I will just keep that kind of the 15 mm block within the mechanical comparator. I will just adjust it for the certain amount of reading. That means the initial adjustments will be done, and possibly for that initial adjustment, the dial indicator has been set, and then we'll remove that standard slip gauge. Then we'll keep the entire amount of the new product that needs to be measured. So in that case, if the readings has been within the tolerance level, then we can able to see that, or then we can able to know that probably in such case it will be in acceptable range or not. So let me take that with an example with a kind of several readings as well as the several kind of a demo with respect to the component here. So before to that, let me explain with respect to the tabular column here. So the tabular column will actually states that the different amount of trial readings here, and as well as the display comparator. So display comparator also we have the positive values and as well as negative values. As I said, for any kind of physical dimensions, say for example like 15 mm, in that case probably for the measuring dimensions, if at all you want to keep the 0.15 itself, 0.15 mm itself as the tolerance level, in such case the kind of physical dimensions that might occur with respect to the standard specimen, probably it might range from 15.15 mm or probably it might be within 14.85 mm. So possibly we can take here the one value which is 15.15 mm itself as a positive value, or the 14.85 mm to the 15.0 mm, possibly we can take that itself as negative value. So for any kind of physical dimensions that has been measured, possibly we can get that in terms of positive value and as well as negative value. So we'll usually have to measure the actual dimensions, as we know that each and every part might not be of the same dimensions itself. So there will be some kind of fluctuations will be there, but those kind of fluctuation has to be in the acceptable range. If the actual dimension is within the tolerance level, then we can say that the product has been accepted. If it is been if it is been beyond the tolerance level, then we can take that itself as rejected level. So we have the component here. So first of all, this is what we call as the digital indicator, and this is one of the mechanical comparator what we can see. So in this case, possibly we have the vertical adjustment of the mechanical comparator here, and for the different kinds of components, say for example, I have the component which is of approximately estimate of possibly 15 mm. So for that, I can take the standard slip gauge itself as 15 mm block. So what I do here is nothing but I will just compare that the 15 mm block. I will set the standard here, then we'll go for measuring of the specimen. First we'll adjust the mechanical comparator here. So we'll keep the 15 mm block of slip gauge, which can be taken itself as a standard here. And you can see there is a readings here. We'll set for the 0. So this has been kept as the initial adjustment. Now we'll go for the trial readings now. So we'll keep the first specimen. And as you can see, there is a negative value which is of the minus 0.5.1 possibly. So 0.0051. So this is one of the negative value that you can able to get. So we have the different standard of slip gauge here. So let me take an example of the 15 mm of component or the workpiece. So for that we have set the 15 mm of block of the slip gauge here. So this is a 15 mm of block, and that has been set to the 0 in this here. So let us take the different kinds of the trial readings now. Let me take the first trial reading here. So I have the component here which is of the 15 mm, and the tolerance level that we are getting here is 0.005. So the tolerance level that we have given here is nothing but plus or minus 0.15 mm. So this is in the acceptable range, and you can able to note that it has the positive value. So let us go for the second reading now. So for the second trial of the same specimen, we have the value which is of minus 0.043. So even though it is in the negative value, but still this is in the acceptable range. Means to say the value that we have given here is nothing but 0.15 mm. So possibly the plus or minus of tolerances. In such case, this is of the negative value, and yet this is still in the acceptable range. So let us go for the third one now, third kind of a trial. So we have the component here. And as you can see, for the third trial, it has been exceeding with respect to the tolerance value. So that we can able to take here with respect to 0.219. So that means it is exceeding for the plus 0.15 mm. So this piece is obviously of the rejected one. So likewise, for any kind of a component that we take, we'll always go for the measurement of different kinds of a component here, and for the different kinds of component, we'll always use to measure whether the component is in the acceptable range or in the rejectable range. The different kinds of readings here, right? So we have tested for the three specimens, and we have got the positive value, the negative value, and as well as the some other range which is beyond the tolerance level. As I said, the first reading that we have got here is plus or plus 0.005. So that gives you the actual dimensions of 15.005. Since we have given the tolerance of plus or minus 0.15 mm, this will be the accepted range. Then we can say that the product is accepted one. For the second one, we got the reading itself as negative value, which is minus 0.043. So that will give the actual dimension of 14.957, and yet still this will be in the accepted range. So that can be taken as accepted one. And for the third one, as we said, the readings that we had got here is plus 0.219. So the actual dimension will comes to 15.219. So that is beyond the tolerance value. Then obviously that will be the rejected one. So this is how we can able to compare the different kinds of comparator and the different kinds of specimen with respect to the different types of the standard one itself. We used to measure the unknown quantity with respect to the standard one, and we can able to detect whether that kind of product is in the acceptable range or rejectable range. So that is what the application of the mechanical comparator. Thank you.